All right, finally taking a look at something other than a 4K movie review. Today, I wanted to take a look at the Tiger LCD Dick Tracy Game Watch. When I was a little kid in the early 90s, my parents were very anti me having a Nintendo. So the compromise was a handful of these infamous, cheap, awful, simplistic LCD handhelds, courtesy of Tiger. These were static screen LCD games that used the same technology you'd find in a digital watch and made the original Game Boy look like a Steam Deck. The most exciting thing about them was the artwork. Still, when you're a video game-starved 7-year-old in a pre-tablet, pre-internet era, you made do with what you had, and I'll shamedly admit to some mild nostalgia for these things. Dick Tracy is a strange but wonderful movie from 1990 directed by and starring Warren Beatty, as well as Al Pacino, Madonna, and many others, based on a comic strip from the 30s. It was one of a handful of movies from around that time in the wake of Tim Burton's Batman that attempted to replicate its success with highly stylized, colorful, pulpy adaptations of Golden Age heroes like the Shadow and the Phantom. Now, I was a big fan of the movie, and of course, I loved the featured gadget, Dick Tracy's radio communicator watch.
Hey, Mike, you got any ice cream?
Calling Dick Tracy. Calling Dick Tracy.
Bring the kid some ice cream. Come in, Sam.
Southside warehouse on the river, Tracy. Something's going on. You better get down here.
I'm on my way.
I will hand it to Tiger here for doing the obvious thing and taking their usual LCD game approach and fitting it into a wearable wristwatch form. Now, they made other wristwatch games, but I feel like this Dick Tracy one fit the license particularly well. You can have a talking watch just like the man himself. And this is my original watch from when I was a kid, which means this thing is around 35 years old. I recently found it in a drawer somewhere and it didn't work. I took the back off and replaced the battery, and voila, that was it. It works just like it always has. Mine has some scuffs on it that it's collected over the years, but I think it's still in pretty good shape. The decals and paint are still vibrant and legible, and the strap is pretty much mint. Starting this thing up, you get the iconic "Calling Dick Tracy" line.
Calling Dick Tracy. Calling Dick Tracy.
Then you start the game proper.
Move in. Take your position.
In true Tiger fashion, it's very simplistic. All you do is point your gun up or down to shoot at either flat top in a car or itchy in the sewer. There's 4 stages, and at the end, you can shoot a third enemy, Big Boy. It can be beaten in about 10 minutes, and after about 10 seconds of playing, you've pretty much seen everything this game has to offer. The sound is very harsh and tinny, and there's no way to adjust the volume, so this is a great option if you like being a jerk in public.
Watch out for itchy.
There's plenty of missed sound effects. Shooting your gun will not always be accompanied by a gunshot sound, but that's just how it was back then with these things. There's no actual timekeeping functionality on this watch, so you can't even use it passively as a clock. It's just the game. But as a fashion accessory, it sits nice and large on the wrist, and its bold primary colors are sure to catch the eye of your colleagues. It would make a great conversation piece for many of life's important events, such as a first date or a job interview. And if there's a lull in conversation, you could just hit the side button and be summoned to your next adventure. Just don't forget your yellow fedora.